Yo, what's up, guys? Carpool MMA. I'm back. I'm your host, Ian Parker. For those of you guys that tuned in last week for the St. Petersburg card, clapping up. Obviously, we lost a few, but we won more than we lost, which means we're profitable. It wasn't obviously the best card. However, if you look on Twitter and Instagram, other social media outlets, I was one of the better handicappers for the week, if not the best one, which is awesome. A lot of talented guys out there, but for some reason, we were all on different pages, and I am glad I didn't. I went with my gut, especially on the three final fights between Islam, between Pav, and between Alistair Overeem, obviously. The Shevchenko fight, man, that sucks. I really thought Shevchenko was going to dominate that fight. I didn't think Roxy was going to be able to handle the athleticism. However, I did not feel that Roxy really won that fight. But then again, I was a little biased. I just don't love the fact that sometimes takedowns with no damage sometimes is equal more than more efficient and damaging striking, per se. So, but whatever. Let's move on. Big fights this weekend. We're in my backyard of Fort Lauderdale. I will be there. Maybe I'll do some live video. I'm also going to be at Titan FC tonight. So if any of you guys happen to live in the area there and you see me, say hi. I'm going to be sitting with Dana White, Matt Serra, and Din Thomas doing the Looking for a Fight series, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy that they invited me to be a part of that. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. Anyway, moving on. Now, normally I do some quick picks. Usually they're heavy favorites in the situation. So the only real heavy favorite that I'm comfortable with, but not, again, we don't take him straight up. We can parlay him, would be Roosevelt Roberts against Thomas Gifford. I don't like that it's a minus 400. However, I do think he is going to win that fight. I just think his athleticism and strength is just going to be way too much for Gifford. You know, Gifford's known for his guillotine, but I just don't see that happening. As long as Roosevelt doesn't fight like an idiot, he's got this fight. All right. Interesting fight. It's going to be really see. Number one, obviously, Court McGee been around for a while. Never really hit his full potential after winning the Ultimate Fighter. I just don't think he's evolved with the sport. His athleticism hasn't gotten any better. He has gotten away from the wrestling and kind of just really stayed to grinding against the cage and dirty boxing. And I think in a fight against someone like Diego Lima, that is not going to work for him. I think Diego Lima's athleticism is way better. He's got a much higher ceiling. I also think that Diego's got to be feeling confident. His last fight, for those of you guys that don't follow the sport as hard as I do, left hook knockout over Chad Laprice. And Chad's not a bad fighter. Is he upper echelon? No. Is he above average? Maybe, but it's still about the win. And Diego Lima has been a prospect for a while. You know, both Ultimate Fighter shows got to the finals, just couldn't execute and follow through. In this fight, if he can keep it standing, and within range, he wins no question. If he gets put on his back, you know, as you saw against the fight against Jesse, he was not able to get up. However, Court McGee is not as strong of a wrestler or as athletic as JT Money is. So I like Diego Lima here at the plus 145 that he's at. Good value right there. All right. Second fight of the night that I really like, and it's another underdog, which, this car's backing up real quick. Sorry. Another underdog. Carla Esparza as an underdog to the 14-0 Invicta champ. I don't like that. Okay? Actually, I'm sorry. I fucking love it for us. Carla Esparza, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is going to be the better striker, which is hilarious. All right? Unless Carla gets put on her back, she doesn't lose this fight. The other fighter is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She is a Jiu-Jitsu fighter. She's very good. But Esparza is not going to get submitted if she's on top, and I think she will create the space. Her striking actually has gotten better. In her fight against Claudia Gadelha, Claudia did win that fight. However, a lot of people scored that for Carla, and Carla showed way better stand-up. Her cardio was fantastic. You know, her cage aggression, the way she was cutting off angles, was awesome. She was finally evolving and just, you know, for a long time, Carla was winning just based on her wrestling and cardio. And when her run in the UFC has not been that great, and she's fought everybody. You know, she's fought Yolanda Champion, Rose, literally everybody in the division. You know, losing to Tatiana Suarez is not that crazy. Tatiana, in my opinion, is the future of that division. All right, and possibly of women's MMA. I like Carla Esparza here. The better wrestler, the better athlete, the better striker, the better level of competition she's fought. Do not pay attention to that 14-0 padded bullshit record. It's not a knock on Invicta, but the level of competition Invicta does not fit what's here in the UFC. Carla Esparza at even money or plus 105 or plus 110. Carla Esparza is my pick. Awesome. Sakai versus Andrei Arlovsky. I'll just tell you this. I can't ever bet on Andrei Arlovski anymore. If this fight would have been like plus 200, I would take a shot. But he's only plus, I think, 135 that I saw this morning. Sakai is the better athlete. He's stronger. I think his cardio is better. He's got a decent wrestling game, and he's big. He's fucking big. Arlovski his last two fights have been lost by decision. His fight against Walt Harris, it didn't show me that he could hang with a guy like Walt, who, outside of just, testing positive, but Walt's a good athlete. He's one of those faster, quicker heavyweights. But Walt fought extremely conservatively because he wanted that Andrei Arlovski win on his resume. I like Sakai in this fight. I just don't see any path of victory for Arlovski other than a lucky punch. Obviously, that happened against Travis Brown, but I don't see it here. I think Sakai wins this fight. My favorite fight of the night. Oh, I love this fight. Corey Sandhagen versus John Lineker, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I know you guys like to make fun of me when I mispronounce guys' names, like Israel Adesanya. I'm going to say it every time. Here's why I love this fight. Not because of the matchup itself, because I love that John Lineker is only minus 145. My mind is fucking blown, guys. Corey Sandhagen is a very good prospect, but the guys that he has fought are not UFC worthy. They're not. Lineker has fought the best of the best. He's won and he's lost. His fight against TJ Dillashaw, it showed the path of least resistance to beating Lineker, putting him on his back and grinding him out for 3 rounds. All right, but remember, we're talking about TJ Dillashaw. Outside of the steroids, is one of the best bantamweights of all time. All right, so in that situation, I don't see Sandhagen showing John Lineker hands of stone, anything he hasn't seen before. His stand-up is not where it needs to be at this point in his career. I would have wanted 2 more fights for Corey, higher up in the division before taking on Lineker. This is, in my opinion, is a step down in competition for Lineker, not compared to his last fight against Brian Kelleher, however you pronounce his name. But look what he did in that fight. I think Corey Sandhagen's in for a rude awakening. I think this is too much too soon. And I think Lineker is going to win this fight outright, whether it's knockout, whatever. John at this weight class he's still strong, great hands. His speed is there. His cardio doesn't let him down. I think his takedown defense will be good enough to keep this fight standing. I don't think Sandhagen's movement is going to be all that. He's going to throw John off, and he's never standing like hands of stone. I got Lineker big time on this fight. All right. Now, you guys, I'm changing up my strategy a little bit. So far, we got Lima underdog, Esparza underdog, Sakai, and we took Lineker. All low odds are underdog picks, which is awesome. All right. Now, there are other fights in this card, but I'm not betting them. Like Ben Saunders and Sato, I'm not betting that fight. We're going to jump to, which fight do I want to go to next? Mike Perry versus Alex Cowboy Oliveira. First off, I love Mike Perry, the personality. He's a fun fighter to watch. That little bid he did with Darren Till with the spa and the spar thing was absolutely hilarious, absolutely epic. But this is a terrible matchup for Mike Perry. And it's even worse that it's on short notice. Okay, I know he wanted to fight bad. He wanted to fight in Florida. He's in Orlando. But it's just not a smart fight. Cowboy Oliveira is an extremely talented fighter and whose worst enemy is himself. In his most recent fights where he's lost, he's beat himself. The fight against Yancy Medeiros, he was dominating, knocked him down like 100 times, and he just screwed up. The fight against Cowboy, he tapped before anything happened. Not that any of those guys are slouches, but here's the deal. Oliveira is a better striker. Oliveira's got better cardio. Oliveira is also the better grappler. He is very physical against the cage. Mike Perry is just a striker. His takedown defense is not good. It's below average. I would love to have seen him work against his jiu-jitsu is not good. And I just don't see any, other than a brawl. Oliveira's not getting in a brawl here. Oliveira needs to get back on track. He will fight correctly. He'll fight smart. And I think Oliveira's going to win this fight by submission. Because that's the way to really beat Mike Perry conservatively. However, he's going to get him against the cage. Those knees that he throws really are bothersome. He could take a shot. I like Cowboy Oliveira here. I have no doubt in my mind that's who I'm taking. There you have it. All right. Greg Hardy fight. Guys, stay away from that fight. I don't like Greg Hardy as a person. Obviously I don't like with the women beating stuff. However, Dana White's giving him a second chance. I don't like that he's the co-main event. I took the guy he fought last time, Crowder, and I won by disqualification. I'll take that win. If you're up a lot of money, take his opponent. it's a for just for shits, but I wouldn't even really bother there. I am going to just jump to Jacare Souza versus Jack Hermanson. Here's the deal here. A lot of you guys are very high on Jack the Joker, and I'm a little confused. Or let me educate a little bit. And this is not talking down to anybody. All right, I've been in this business too long. I manage a lot of guys. I sponsor a lot of guys. Here's the deal: when you have a guy like Jack who's on the up and up, all right, you know, winning some of these fights, like the David Branch fight. I know that you guys are gonna say I picked Branch. I did pick Branch, thinking that he would be able to, at least steal rounds 1 and 2, and then probably lose in the third and win by decision, whatever. Jack showed me that he's very tough. Branch is not a walk in the park, but Branch is on the decline. David Branch is also not top 5 middleweights. Listen, guys like Yoel Romero, who I'm just saying guys who are not fighting at the moment, okay? Romero, Paulo Costa, Chris Weidman, those 3 guys that it's up. Even guys that will be competing like Derek Brunson, Elias Theodorou, okay? Those are guys that I would like to have seen Jack fight before the Jacare fight. However, this is a unique opportunity, and Jack is in a win-win situation here. If he wins, huge upset, okay? And now he's probably 1 fight away from a title shot, realistically. If he loses, he took the fight on short notice against Jacare, who's number 3 in the world and has been one of the best forever and a day. However, if I'm Jacare, I am fucking as happy as a pig in shit, okay? Now, you guys are probably thinking, like, why would you say that? Instead of fighting Romero, a big name, he's fighting Jack, who's not as big a name. Right. Who would you guys rather fight and an opportunity to get a title shot? Yoel Romero, who's an absolute fucking beast, who probably won't make weight. God only knows what he's on. Even if he's clean, he's an absolute freak of an athlete. He just battled twice against Whitaker in probably 2 of the most epic fights. One of them, the most recent one, could have been scored his way. All right. But now he's getting a guy like Jack, the best fighter Jack's ever fought was Dave Branch. Then Jacare is like a walk in the park for him. All right. Jacare is the better striker. Jacare is the better athlete. Jacare obviously is better jiu-jitsu. And Jacare has obviously fought better in competition. And Jacare has been in the 5-round fights before. Jack has not. Okay. Jacare, you guys are like, oh, but Jacare is taking this on short notice. No, he's not. He's been training for this fight, full fight camp, for Joel Romero. So switching it up to fight someone like Jack, that's not that crazy of a situation here. All right. In my opinion, I don't see any way that Jack wins this fight. I'm sorry. There's one way. I'll correct myself. There is one way that Jack can win this fight. If he can get past the first 2.5 rounds, towards the end of round 3, if Jacare starts gassing and Jack has the cardio and he's able to press the gas pedal, that's the only way he beats Jacare. Otherwise, I like Jacare in this fight. Then he'll get his title shot. He'll get the winner of Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whitaker, probably happening. I think they're going to try and do it in November in New Zealand or Australia in a stadium. All right. So, quick repeat. Diego Lima, underdog. Carlos Esparza, underdog. Augusto Sakai, John Lineker, Alex Oliveira, and my boy, Jacare Souza. All right, 6 fights. Enjoy. Let's go. If any of you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me on Twitter or Instagram, or if you want to write on my YouTube channel. All right, if you have any questions, I will do other parlays and stuff, but those are my straight individual picks. Oh, and Rosal Roberts, you can throw in a parlay with, you know what? Do Roberts, Lineker, Oliveira, and Jacare as your parlay. I love that. And if you want to even get crazy, throw Lima and Esparza in there and Sakai just for fun. I don't suggest that you guys do not guarantee anything, but could be a fun parlay as well. All right, enjoy the fights, guys. Let's win some money. Let's go.